Hindistan'ın da çok sık yaşadığı bir felaket, o felaket biliyorum. Evet, biz de yaşadık.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Read this and get back to you.
Okuyup size izlenimlerimi paylaşıyorum.
Çok mutlu oldum.
Are you teaching in the university?
Üniversitede şu an çalışıyor
Hayır,
musunuz?
şu anda Vali Bey'in isteğiyle derslere girmiyorum. Vali Bey bana gelmiş.
So positive because the pictures had, he put all the pictures had kind of crumbled and all the negatives. So you had to put it together.
The Turkish government is releasing a set of commemorative stamps to honor Mahatma Gandhi, and we are working with the Turkish Foreign Ministry for the installation of the very first bust of Mahatma Gandhi in an appropriate location in Ankara. Today I thought I would share with you some of the events that have taken place in our relations between India and Turkey. In the last century, when the Balkan Wars were on, there was a medical mission that came from India. 22 Indians were part of that group, which included 13 doctors, and they were here from December of 1912 till June of 1913. This was during the time of Mehmet V. These people had gathered in Lucknow, which is in the province of Uttar Pradesh, and had traveled across to Bombay, taken a ship called the Sardinia, and they landed in Istanbul at the end of 1912. They broke up into two groups. One group went and set up medical camps in a city called Umerli, and the second group was aligned with Ataturk himself, and they set up a small camp in Çanakkale. Number of patients that they treated, but I think the most important thing was the interactions, the friendly interactions that they had with the Turkish people. In fact, one of them stayed back and became a member of the Turkish fraternity. The group was led by Dr. Mukhtar Ahmed Ansari, known very popularly in India as Dr. M.A. Ansari. He was a staunch Gandhian. During the independence movement, he was a member of both the Muslim League as well as the Congress Party. But sometime in the early 20s, he parted ways with the Muslim League when they adopted a policy of separatism on the basis of communities. And he then participated much more actively in the Congress Party, in fact becoming its president in 1928 and 29. But Mukhtar Ahmed Ansari has a deeper connect. He was the grand uncle of our former vice president, Muhammad Ansari, Hamid Ansari as he was known, who was a diplomat and had traveled to Turkey as well. The mission, the medical mission to Turkey was not the only one. We had a medical mission that had traveled to China as well and worked with the Communist Party at that point of time. But it showed a certain nature trait of India, which was that even in the time of war, there was a humanitarian aspect which the people of India felt naturally inclined to become associated with. Mahatma Gandhi, whose film we just saw, was a part of a medical team during the Boer War, which he did not support. The second connect that I wanted to share with you was of Gandhi directly. When at the end of the First World War, there was a great deal of concern in India about the future of Turkey, and people in India always saw Turkey as a brother Asian nation and brother Asian people. So they were extremely concerned, and people like Abdul Kalam Azad and the Ali brothers wrote a lot about it. And the Ali brothers at that point of time wanted to raise funds to come to the assistance and support of the Turkish nationalist movement. They went to some political leaders of that time but did not get much currency, so they went to Gandhi, for whom this was a natural thing to do. Because for Gandhi, he never believed that there was a separation of communities in India. For him, it was a composite culture of India, and he felt it was natural for the entire Indian community to be entirely integrated and involved in the Turkish nationalist movement. And so they raised funds, people at the popular level, men and women of all communities contributed. I understand 128,000 British pounds was raised, which was sent to the Turkish nationalist movement cause. Some of it was used during the nationalist movement, but interestingly, the larger part of it was unused. And when, after independence, when President Ataturk established the Iş Bank, he put that money as the capital of the Iş Bank. So there is a very deep connect, and I wanted to share with you that that connect has gone deeper, because today one of the companies which is part of the Iş Bank system, called Şişecam, has established a presence in India. They are the 4th largest glass manufacturer in the world, and they've set up a state-of-the-art glass factory in India. So what goes around always comes back. And this was, in one way, I think, the affection of the people of India towards Turkey across the communities. But I think in the 21st century, we've seen truly remarkable movements, because both countries and societies have experienced remarkable growth and transformation. The frequent contacts between my Prime Minister Modi, and President Erdogan have brought about a very close and warm understanding. They met most recently just a few weeks ago on the 29th of last month in Osaka during the G20 meetings. And what that has done is that it's imparted a new momentum in the development of all-round relations, political, economic, and cultural. And our growth of each of our countries, economies, and societies has also given us much greater ambition. And we realize that the potential is much bigger. Our capacity to work with each other and in the regions around us is much bigger. Ourselves as natural partners of the 21st century. So with that background, I have great honor to invite His Excellency Mr. F. Kanala to deliver the 3rd Mahatma Gandhi Lecture on Turkey-India relations in the 21st century. Excellency.
His Excellency Ambassador, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased and deeply honored to speak here as the head of the Turkey-India Inter-Parliamentary Friendship Group in the Grand National Assembly of Turkey. Inter-parliamentary friendship groups are the mechanism that contribute to development of close relations and cooperation between countries. I am proud that bilateral relations between Turkey and India are continuously developing. Turkey and India have sincere and long established relations. There are deep historical connections between India and Turkey. Ambassador, Turkey recognized India right after its declaration of independence, and diplomatic relations were established between the two countries. Actually, the deep-seated diplomatic relations dates back to even 15th century. Turkey and India supported each other during most critical times of their histories. Turkey considers India as a friend and important partner, which is taking firm steps forward to be a global power with its growing economy, huge market, outstanding knowledge in space technology and informatics, rich human resources, and deep-rooted historical and cultural heritage. Depth, cultural richness, and natural beauties. From this perspective, it can be said these two countries are natural allies. Turkey-India relations are in an ongoing evolution process in the 21st century. Bilateral relations between Turkey and India are developing through high-level visits and meetings in recent years. And there is mutual political will in both countries to enhance bilateral relations in every possible field. We consider state visit of His Excellency President Erdogan to India 2017 as a historic step towards enhancing our relations. The fact that 5 cabinet ministers accompanying President Erdogan along with a business delegation shows the importance we attached to our relations. The visit was very rewarding, especially in the economic field. President Erdogan and Prime Minister Modi agreed to encourage business efforts to achieve a level of $10 billion by 2022 in bilateral trade. Trade volume was $8.6 billion in 2018, approximately. We are optimistic to achieve this goal. There are many strategic opportunities for two countries. Thanks to the momentum gained by cooperation between our relevant ministers and both countries' business organizations. Another indicator of our will to enhance our relations with India is the fact that we placed it among our priority countries in trade for the term 2018 and 2019. In line with this approach, His Excellency Rukhsar Pekcan, Minister of Trade, visited India last December. A business forum was organized on the occasion of the visit. In the last 20 years, the two friendly countries have been focusing on the development of bilateral relations, the enhancement of mutual investments, the diversification of the fields of bilateral cooperation, the development of cooperation in the field of nuclear energy, civil aviation, medicine, space and technology, the regular continuation of the Joint Economic Commission meetings, the entering into force of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership, agreement, the increasing of the number of regular flights and destinations. It is needless to say that Turkey and India need to daily consult and cooperate in these arenas. More specifically, in recent years, bilateral relations have strong momentum to enhance cooperation between Turkey and India.